Hello? Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you right
Okay,
now.
good.
Great.
Where are you from?
And I'm from Egypt.
Egypt.
Yes. And your name, sir, is
My name is Sheldon
Sheldon
from Canada.
from Canada. Wow. I'm sorry I didn't catch you the first name.
Sheldon.
Rip Sheldon. Oh,
Right.
it was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And wow, what a nice location.
Yeah. So what is it you do?
Well, what?
What do you do in Egypt?
I don't do anything right now in Egypt because I live now in Kuwait.
On Kuwait?
I'm from, yes, right now, yes, I'm in Kuwait, yeah. And have you been to the Middle East before?
No, unfortunately not.
Not.
But
Are you interested in?
I'm very interested in coming to the Middle East. I have a lot of students from Saudi Arabia who are inviting me to
Mm,
their house.
really? Nice.
Well, I don't think there's as much of a problem getting a visa as there used to be.
Uh, for what? For you, I guess
Yeah, for
not.
me.
Uh, really? Is there a problem about this?
Well, apparently, up until last year, there was a problem, but now it's easier for Canadians to come.
Yeah, I guess the past 2 years, yes, there was a problem, but not. Uh, I think it's the problem solved right now.
I hope so.
It's really solved. Okay, so what do you do in Cambly?
Well, obviously, I teach English, but
uh, and what all those files at the back for?
pardon me,
Those files at the back, what are they for?
these here,
Yep,
those are my weights, my free weights.
no, no, not the weights, files, I guess some kind of files, folders,
That's my library, mostly over there.
library. Yeah. So what do you do for a living?
Used to be an accountant.
You used to be, so you are not anymore.
Not, well, I'm still an accountant, but I don't work as an accountant. I still have my degree.
Yes. Wow. And it was, you are graduated since, or you graduated?
Oh, I don't even
Oh,
think I could remember that far back.
really?
It was in the 70s.
17? 70. Wow. I wasn't even born at that time.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, so have you been outside of Canada before? Abroad?
I've been to England. I've been to
England.
France.
Yes.
I've been to Amsterdam.
Oh, Amsterdam, Netherlands, right?
Yeah. Netherlands or Holland? Netherlands, yeah.
I guess with the beginning of the year, they announced that Holland is not acceptable anymore, and they are going to use Netherlands. I heard some kind of news about
Yeah, it is a little confusing.
this. So, tell me about England. When you were in England, did the British people, let's say, know that you are not a British one? or you weren't a British
Well,
one at that time?
actually, when I went to England, on my Canadian passport, it was stamped a Canadian citizen is a British subject.
A British subject? What's the meaning of subject over here in
Uh,
this sentence?
like with the Queen, we're part of the Canada was part of the monarchy back then.
Back then?
Back then,
Oh, back then it was. So you're talking about something in the in the
in the
past,
past.
in the far past.
Well, it
Past.
wasn't it? I was I was a teenager at the time,
Hmm.
so I enjoyed working in England too.
Uh, how long did you stay there?
1 year,
20?
1 year, yeah, 1 year,
1 year.
1 year,
Uh, when? 1 year. I'm trying to pronounce it as you have said right now.
one,
One.
1 year.
One. But year, yeah. But you said 1 year.
I said it too fast.
Yeah, I want to catch this. I want to learn this pattern of speaking. You know?
Okay,
That's why I'm in Cambly here. That's I want to get to be in with some kind of advanced level by learning what I don't get from books.
okay,
1 year, yeah. You know, I met an interesting British one on Cambly Tutor too. He is from a specific place in Britain. I'm not. I don't remember the name, Cambria or stuff like this, the name of the city. And he told me that in Cambria or in his own town, they have familiar sentences that people from outside their city or town they don't recognize. Like, "Are you okay, dude?" They say it as "Yurit Mara." Yurit Mara. So, are you familiar with it? Yurit Mara?
not that one. I remember when I was in London, they started asking me questions. I couldn't understand what they were talking about.
Really?
Really.
Do you remember stuff
Well, one
they
of them was the word was biro.
biro?
That's a biro, a
Ben?
pen. But apparently, biro was the name of the company that used to make the pens. So that's where
Mm.
they called it biro.
Wow. Do you remember another thing?
Uh, the other thing was a little funny, so bear with me. I was working in the office, and the girl next to me says, "Can I have your rubber?" Yeah, that's exactly what I said. And I said that, like obviously I figured it meant something else. But she said
Yes.
that I said, uh, what do you mean by that? She says, to erase.
Rubber. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's not what I understood.
But you got what?
Huh?
What did you get in your mind instead of the object of rubber as a rubber?
Well, in Canada, rubber is a contraceptive.
Oh,
So
it's
you
oh
can understand I was a little embarrassed.
oh. But I guess you as a native speaker, I am as an Arab man, Arabian one. When I speak English and I do make mistakes, uh, you just avoid the mistake and get the picture out of it, right?
Right.
Yes. Let me ask you another question, please. Do you think learning English with accent uh, as a priority in learning English, or just learn the standard English and just learning how to pronounce word as much as it's in a correct way. So we have pronunciation, correct pronunciation,
Right.
and we have accent.
Accents you can never duplicate really, because
Yes, true.
every like even in the United States, if you come from New York, you talk one way. If you come from
Mm.
the South, you talk a different way. Come from out west, you talk another way. I mean, it's and especially now with this crazy language, where everybody's calling everybody else bro.
Bro, yeah,
Hey,
like
bro.
friend, dude, bro,
Yeah.
dude.
So there's so much slang that's going into the English language now. It's ridiculous.
So you are with correct pronunciation,
I try and stick with proper pronunciation.
proper pronunciation, yes. And the accent come with time, or with speaking with natives.
Well, I don't know. People have told me that I have an accent. So I don't know. I
That's
don't know. I
that's.
don't notice it.
Mm. So when you heard me my English right now, do you think I have gained a specific accent from speaking with tutors?
To me, actually, don't take this the wrong way, but to me, you sound normal. Normal English.
That I accept any criticize
That
or any
was that
critic,
wasn't the
any,
criticism.
any. No, no, no. I'm just telling you that I accept every kind of point of view.
Okay.
It's okay with me. I'm here to learn. I'm here to exchange. Is Pepsi pure
Yes.
Pepsi?
Diet Pepsi.
Diet.
Diet.
Actually, so what's the difference between the diet Pepsi and the normal Pepsi, or the standard one, or the ordinary one?
About 5 pounds a week.
But the problem in Pepsi that it has a lot of sugar.
There's no sugar in this.
Don't trust what you read.
Well, I drink only one of these a day, so doesn't really matter.
Really?
I mostly like coffee.
Up to you. Okay. And um, so you have been in England
France?
and France. What did you do at France? Of course, you are not working as an accountant there.
No, I wasn't working as an accountant. Actually, when I was living in London, I used to travel over to Paris on the weekends.
Nice. But do you remember the distance? How long does it take to reach France?
Well, remember back then they didn't have the tunnel, so
So
I
you
took a
use boat?
train. Then the train went on
Mm,
a boat, and the boat went across the channel.
what a nice voyage.
Uh,
Wow,
and it was very rough.
it was very
The
rough.
water, the
Like
water was rough.
war, yeah. Um, so you cross a river,
The English Channel.
just yeah, because the rich, yeah, it is an island.
Now
Wow.
it's a lot easier. You drive under the tunnel.
Mm. Uh, you know, I talked to many tutors on Cambly from Britain, and they almost, or most of them, They don't like England.
They don't like England?
Some kind of expensive,
Oh, yes.
some
That I've heard.
strict rules,
Huh,
and they seek for better living, or standard living, as they are seeking, better life.
right.
I guess we all do.
Well, I remember when I was living there, I rented an apartment. It only cost me £3 for 1 week. We
And back then it was
$9.
expensive or cheap.
$9.
So it was some kind of cheap one, right? Cheap one,
Inexpensive.
or what?
Inexpensive.
Really? It was expensive then.
Inexpensive.
Inexpensive, yeah. It's the opposite of expensive.
It sounds nicer than calling it cheap.
It sounds like what?
It's nice. You see, if you say something is cheap, it
Mm,
means it's not worth much. But if you say
oh,
inexpensive, it doesn't sound so bad.
mm, thanks. I loved it. You remind me with another tutor. I was speaking, and in my own words, I used too many people, and she told me why you are so annoyed about this. I told her I'm not annoyed, but she told me that I used too many. We use too many when you feel annoyed about something that it is too much, or it's a lot. You just use people, two people, or many people, a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah, and now I know another meaning of it, or another usage of expensive, inexpensive, cheap. So nice. So when I use it cheap, it's worthless.
It's like if you have a car and you
Mm.
don't pay too much money for it. A lot of people will say, "Oh, that car was cheap." But if
So
you own the car,
for me,
but if you own the car,
yeah,
you say it's inexpensive.
it's inexpensive.
Right.
Yes, different perspective,
That's right.
and we have to respect all different points of view.
Right. The
Thanks for this.
the
Mm.
funniest country I went to was not country but city was Amsterdam.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard interesting rules about this country.
Well, two things I learned in that. Well, three things, but one thing I learned in Amsterdam was if you go into a coffee shop, make sure they sell coffee. Everybody there was smoking the marijuana, the
We
weed. Yeah,
really make sure that they sell
they sell
coffee.
coffee, right?
Okay, it's a good point. Yes, that's one.
The other thing is, do you know the expression window shopping?
Yeah,
Okay. You've heard about the red light district in Amsterdam? You never
no.
heard of it? Oh boy. That's where they have all these women who literally sell their body.
In window shop.
Well, they all stand in a window. Each window has a woman,
Oops.
and you go up and you ask them how much, and you go do your thing if you want. Now I was there with my son, and I'm going this way, and he's pulling me, come back. You know, I was just curious, but
Yeah, it's really
uh,
curious. Yeah,
I
I
wasn't there to
understand.
take any samples. I just wanted to see what was going on.
Really? I guess your son with you, so you are you are not allowed to take a sample there.
No side trips.
Okay, so what was the third one?
The canals.
What
No,
about
I
them?
liked them. That was a nice part about. That was a nice part about it.
Um, why? Okay, as long as you have been in Netherlands, why whenever or whatever Netherlands mention the picture of flowers, different flowers and colorful
Mhm.
flowers, and windmills come to the mind.
Well, the interesting thing is with the flowers is only nice in the spring. That's when the
In the
roses come
spring.
up.
Mm. Have you enjoyed any landscapes there? Any beautiful views in
Oh
Netherlands?
yes,
Well,
especially when I went on a cruise up and down the canals.
what about the canals?
I,
Describe.
it's hard to describe. It's like the whole city.
Into
You've got canals all over the place in the city.
wow.
The most dangerous thing to do in Amsterdam is cross the street. There are so many bicycles,
Mm.
you know,
We have the same thing in Egypt, by the way.
with the bicycles,
No
cars.
cars, motorcycles. We don't follow traffic rules exactly.
Huh. Mm, mm.
Sounds crazy.
No, to me that sounds normal. Oh
Really.
yeah, no, nobody
A little
likes to
bit more
follow the
restricted as you.
rules.
Rules are both to be broken, right?
That's what they say.
That's what they say. What about what you say?
It's not what you say; it's what you do. Yeah,
You are a smart one.
you can say you break the law, but just don't do it.
Yeah, you're totally right about
Mm.
this.
Have you ever been to Canada?
Oh, not
Not
yet.
yet. There's one place in Canada you might like. It's called Montreal.
I guess Montreal is the most common name I hear in as a city or in Canada. Even the successful Arab ones went to Montreal, or the first stage for their success from Montreal. I don't know why.
Well, uh, you see, Quebec is the only province in Canada that has its own Department of Immigration.
Quebec,
Quebec.
Quebec.
See, Montreal is in Quebec.
Hmm. Okay. So to get your rights, to get everything you want, you just go to Montreal in
Go
Quebec.
in Quebec, right? You go to the court, go
Immigration.
to the government of Quebec, and they'll
Hmm.
just tell them, "Oh yes, I'm going to learn how to speak French," and you become Canadian.
I can see that we have a lot of advertisement on the internet about migration or
Hmm.
travel to Canada, live in
Yeah.
Canada. Why?
See,
Why Canada want more?
well, the trouble is Canada only has about 35 million people living in it.
Just
That's
35
right.
million?
And it's the
Oh
second
my.
biggest country in the world. So
Hmm.
go figure.
Why? What? We have in Egypt, we don't have, we, let's say we are just a province or a city in Canada, but we are now more than 100 million.
Jeez. Well, if you look at, let's say you look at the United States, they have 350 million,
350 million,
but their
yes.
country is smaller than Canada.
Hmm. So where is the problem about that? What's the
That's not a
problem?
problem. I think it's terrific.
It's terrific, but you are suffering from lack of human sources.
Human resources is right. That's why
Yes.
we have such an open immigration policy.
Mm. You know why young men in USA, in Canada, in Europe, they are not or they don't have the idea of making families in early age.
That's right.
They just need to wait. I want to live my life. I wanted to build my career. I want. Why are those thoughts built in their minds like ships
Yeah.
already built in? Why?
Well, I have 6 children.
Oh, good for
See?
you.
And I have 8 grandchildren.
Wow, nice.
You see, I'm not like everybody else. I go against the current.
I guess you are a normal one.
Normal, yes.
Yes. Others no.
No, but in reality, when you want to start a family in Canada, it's very, very expensive, especially university.
Yes. After high school.
Up till high school is free. After high school, you have to pay for university.
University.
And
Yeah, I can see that many Americans when they get birth, they start putting money aside for the college.
right, that's right.
So I didn't think of it in a correct way from the first time, but after getting deep in it, wow, university, whoa, so expensive.
Well, I was watching on television. If you start off to become a doctor, you can end up spending about $200,000. So you have this debt that you have to carry. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Before we go, I have a YouTube channel, and after asking you if you say yes or no, I upload my episodes in Cambly on YouTube. Is it acceptable to upload this video on YouTube or not? It's up
Yeah,
to you. If you said
go ahead.
no,
I mean, I didn't say anything I'm ashamed of.
thank you. Um, these videos some kind of record or history for me to
Okay.
for my son after me and for me.
Well, I represent the past.
And